Easy Force, people. Nice things here. Back again to complete the series on DJing with the Akai Force. I was going to do this earlier, but do you know what? I've just realised there's no there's no time logic to this because anybody could come here and watch it at any time. But I was going to do this in succession straight after, but again, life gets in the way. Not that you need to know that, but I always like to share. That said, I'll say it again. If I ever get to 10,000 subscribers, then I will really go out of my way. And in fact, what I'll do is I'll do a Force Bible. So I'll go through A to Z of everything in here and why you'd want to use it, or more to the point, why you might not want to use it. But it'll usually be things what you'll want to use, like no off. But that's another story for another time. So this is the third one. Just to recap, I did the deck method, which is when you load up into audio tracks and you can kind of do it in real time. It can be a little janky for on the fly type stuff, but it's still something that you can do. The remix track method, which is kind of a further advance of that, where you actually break down the track into little points. So you're kind of making your own cue points in a way, doing that. That's probably the most like practical method because once you do it, you never have to do it again. Second thing about that is you can just load up tracks and then you've got specialized tracks which will mix on the Force and will always work right. And then like the third method, what I call the drum method, which I kind of like because it does things in a way which are different from the other two. The other two have to work to the metronome. They have to work in time to the metronome. If they don't work in time to the metronome, then everything is just a complete train wreck. So you always have to make sure they're in time to the metronome. This one I like because the only thing you have to do is just be in time to the actual master clock. In fact, you don't even have to turn it on. You don't even have to press play on this one. It doesn't make no difference. And the advantage of this is you can just mix things from different speeds and it doesn't really matter. So like I say, they all have the pros and cons and you'll probably see a few pros and cons when I get started. So the first thing I need to do is I need to get drum track. So I'm going to load up drum track. In fact, I'll do a load two while we're there and we'll do it all in real time. And hopefully I won't waffle on too long, so I won't have to edit this. So I've got that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign them to left and right. Anybody who doesn't know, check the series because I put everything into playlists. So just go to my playlist and you'll see this one. So there we go. So we've got left and right faders. And then all I have to do is I go to note, or more to the point, I want to go to launch notes so that I can see them. Now, what I have on each one of these now, I've got a drum pad. I've got drum program, and I've got pads in front of me on each one of these. And all I have to do is load into one of the pad cells. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to some of my tunes, which I think, there. And I'm going to go down. And if I do my own tunes, I won't get copyrighted. So let me just hopefully go for it quickly. All right, great. So I'll choose that one because that wasn't released. So that's one tune. That's loading up. The other advantage of this is, well, no, it's not really an advantage. It's just a thing. One thing I've noticed about the Akai Force is the BPM reading is really good, but it's not good when you're doing it in real time. And what I mean by that is if you're doing other functions, it tries to read it and it's not that accurate because it takes that much amount of processing to get it right that it tends to kind of be janky on it. But I've noticed even with acapellas, it's pretty spot on. So I would keep this in mind. If you can, I don't know how you do it. If you can, the best idea is loading the track and then do it again, and you'll have more of a chance at getting it right. Hopefully that made sense of what I was saying. It's just the way that the CPU power on this machine isn't strong enough to kind of beat detect at the same time as playing accurately. It depends as well. Again, it depends on the material. House stuff, I can't see it having any problem because it's just doom, 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 doom. So when it comes to house, it's noting it. You don't have to think about mixing it. Just line up the beats. Anyway, I'm off. Look at this. I'm off into the weeds. So this is what I've got. So the quick way I can go to edit this is by going to edit and then pressing the pad, and that takes me directly to the page. So I've got my thing here, and it's only coming out one side because stupidly I didn't put these. There we go. I'll do it again. There we go. So that's one thing. The timing's right. That's perfect. 1, 2, 3. So I'll have that, and then so I've got this as a tune. So I'll have this playing now, and that's playing away. Let me just make sure that this is recording. Yeah, excellent. And then what I can do is I can go to another drum track, and if you notice, nothing is playing or anything. And what I can do is I know that this one, because I can see it in the wall, is 1, 2, 3. I can see it's grayed out. Oh no, it's clear on there. It's 1, 2, 3. So what I can do is I can go here and I can type in 1, 2, 3. Do it again. So here, 1, 2, 3. There's my BPM. So I've got my BPM. So I've got that side. Okay. So now I know the tempo is matched to this tempo on this song. So it doesn't matter now whatever I do. So I can come across here and I can load in another tune now. Just to keep it all at the same speed. I'll try and find something. Yeah, that's around that speed. That'll do me. So I'll load this in here. So I'll press that. So I've loaded this into the second track, which is track B. And it's still reading that. That's no problem. So I'll go here. Oh no, what am I on about? I'll go edit pad again. Edit pad, remember edit pad. And the great thing is I can use my zoom ins and everything to get close to what I need to do. I do obviously do this in my headphones, but to show this I can just go through. All I'm looking for is the downbeat. It's what I give to everyone. So now, that's 1, 2, 2. It's 1, 2, 2, so it's alright. It's close, but I'll get it more accurate. I'm gonna live until I'm done. It's what I give to everyone. And do you know what? Because I'm just wanting to do this really quick, I'm just gonna go to the first kick. So obviously all of what I was doing there, what I was doing there is in your headphones. So the tune's playing like that out to the people. And then all I have to do is line it up. Now I'm going to show you something what's quite cool about this. There's a thing called stretch here. And what I can use is stretch as pitch bend. So I use that. So this is like, it's like old school DJing. I'm using the pitch. So I wasn't accurate on this and it doesn't matter. I can mix it out. So I'm mixing out. So look at that. And this is all in real time. So still got that in. If I wanted, I could get even more giddier on this. Go to effects and do my special add in a channel. So I'll go here and add in this. Go to knobs, track effects. Go to here, kill that. So I've just mixed out and into another tune. And that's what's great about this one, is you can do all of this on the fly. And what I could do if I wanted is I could go to this and I could set up little cues inside the drum. So like that, you can feel the music thing. I'll do a copy of that. And again, pretend I'm on this other track. Am I on the right track? No, I'm on the wrong track. It's this one, innit? So imagine this is this one. But I'm gonna go edit. Obviously this is all in headphones what I'll be doing, and I'm gonna go through here, and I can do this on my fingers as well. I can do this with my normal fingers. Just do it quickly. Should really go to screen. I'm just like and then what I could do is I could add warp and then change the key. Not that much, but hopefully. So there's a lot of things I could do. Obviously, I've not really thought about this because I'm doing this on the free style, just to kind of show you. So hopefully that made sense. Just a quick recap, because I went into one there. Quick recap. Basically, you set up 2 drum programs. You load into the drum program cells, the little pads here. You use edit pad to get to there. So not select pad, edit pad. That'll choose you without igniting in play. Then you can either use screen knobs to zoom in, and it's the second page. It's the second page to zoom in, or you can just use your hands and you go in and you do the lining. You can still do the lining and everything. I didn't. I was just doing that really quick. So that's why I noticed a certain thing was off there where it wouldn't have been, because I could have just gone like that, and that'd be right. That'd be dead on there. And on this one as well, I could have probably done with a zoom in here and just get tighter, but I wasn't getting tight. I was just wanting to show this method because it's quick. And like, right, I could have gone here and then could have even gone back to knobs and then move that start thing here. Do you know what I mean? And all this could be in the headphones. So yeah. And the great thing about this, just before I call it, is if I was to load a tune, right, I'll do this quickly. So say I'm on this tune now. Where is it? Right, so I've got my tune here playing. And I say, right, well now it's time to change up. I'm going to change up into a different style of music. Right, I could go here. I'll load this one up. So I've got my thing still playing here. Again, it'll always help if you know the speed of the thing, because like, I think that's 104, so I think that's right. I think this is right, 104. It helps if you remember the tunes, but if you don't, go back, go from here, go to the menu, and then go into here, and then detect it again in here. So like, I can detect it in this one now. It's me remembering stuff because it's 3.1. So this will give it a shot. Yeah, and look at that, it hit perfectly. So 104. So then I'll go back to edit. I'll go edit pad back, so I'm back here. And I'm doing the knobs because I'm going to just quickly manually zoom it. Then I'll get it here. So obviously it'll be on this side. So now I know that that's the speed. So let's say, right, and there was another thing. What I should have done is I should have actually created a mute track, a mute button, which I didn't, but I'm going to quickly do one now by just adding one here. So I'll move this one here. There we go. Just to save me a load of bother. So I know now this sample here is 104. So what I can do is I can go back to here. This is already in warp, and then I could probably slow it down. I mean, it wouldn't be the best idea, but I'm going to just show you. So I could go, yeah, so yeah. And then if I'm going mad into the weeds, but just to show a bit of professionalism, you go here and then you say, right, well, I don't want to have this sound like a right Holly show. So what I'm going to do is, right, there we go. I don't know what happened there. So I'll filter that one out, bring this back in, and then say that's still loose. It's a bit of a loose one. I can use stretch just to tighten myself up, and I'm mixing into another tune. Take off that's better. So I've just mixed out of one tune, which I would do really, and that's just a DJ thing. You don't mix out, you don't have to mix everything, but so you can see, so them three methods, I really went to town on this when I went all over the place with this, but at the end of the day, you've got three methods. You've got the track method, the deck method, where you just doing it on the fly. The extension of the deck method is a remix track where you'll chop it up, and then the drum method, which is kind of more freer, but and it's not on. You're not quantized to anything or anything like that. It's a lot more freer, but it means you have to do it every time. Or, well, you could probably save the tracks, but I mean, it's a different technique. So you have to decide which technique works for you. I will say this though, and I will say this, that's if you want to DJ with the Akai Force, and you just want it as one thing, and you were saying, right, well, before I do a live gig with somebody, I'm just going to have a few tunes that I can mix before they come on stage, and I have to use this as a live performance tool. But that said, I've just now got a Roland DJ 505, and I've been using VDJ, I can't even say it, Virtual DJ 2021. And that combination is the best thing I've ever seen in my whole life for DJing. I don't think there's anything that beats it. I can't even begin to believe I'm going to start doing videos. I know this has got nothing to do with it, but seriously, it's just so amazing. The Virtual DJ and the Roland DJ 505 combined is the best thing I've ever come across when it comes to DJing, digital DJing. So, I mean, stick on by. I'm going to be doing some videos with that. But anyway, that's that. And this has been an Akai Force tutorial or example of how you would DJ with the Akai Force. So look at that. 20 minutes of your life you can't get back, but you know you love it. So until next time, as always, hope you stay well. And as always, peace.